About a couple days ago, I was doing my weekly reflection in which I journal my progress, what I need to work on, what I've gotten better at, etc., etc. Overall, it's where I keep it real with myself. And I came up with a question to ask myself that I really had to sit back and really reflect on. It was, what am I really scared of? Now, most people, when they're asked that, usually first thing that comes to mind is death. For good reason, of course. Life is very precious. You don't want to leave your loved ones behind, nor do you want to see your loved ones leave you behind. All this being said, life is all we know, right? Why would we want it to end? But I was thinking much deeper into that. I couldn't really answer it, so I had to really search deep within, and that's when I came to the conclusion in which my biggest fear is dying and not living up to my fullest potential. What I mean by that is when this is all said and done, and I'm face to face with God, and God tells me, you had a great life. You did this, this, and that, but you weren't intended to live the life that you chose to live. And me asking, why? And God telling me, you were destined to become this person and achieve this. And you completely ignored all the signs and chose everyone but yourself. And now there's no going back. Knowing I had all the tools in my hand and time, of course, and I still chose to not accomplish anything of greatness, or at the very least, accomplish what I could have accomplished to my fullest capabilities. When we're kids, we're filled with imagination. We imagine what we want to do when we grow up, but somewhere along the line of us growing up, we were hit with reality, and those dreams that we once thought were possible no longer became possible because that's what society has told us about. And we end up settling for a mediocre life. But what happened to those dreams that we once thought were possible? When you're a kid, you're not really thinking much other than of what you want to do and what you want to be in the future. Why did we lose that spark? Where did it go wrong? Who told us that we couldn't become that NBA player? Who told us that we couldn't become that professional soccer player? Who told us we couldn't be that doctor? You only live one life. You know your capabilities, you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses. If you can firmly look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you did your absolute best, you put your best foot forth into accomplishing that goal, then maybe you have the right to lay back and try something new. But I know for a fact the world is too giving. Your potential is endless. No one is going to step forth and take you out of bed unless you do yourself. If you want to accomplish all that you set forth to accomplish, then accomplish it. No one said it was going to be easy. It's not supposed to be. But it is supposed to be worth it at the end of the day. We live in a very unique time in which technology is everywhere. All the resources people from like 15 to 20 years ago did not have with the new age of AI, etc. I feel like we are in a position where there is no excuse to accomplish anything that you set forth to accomplish, whether that's that business you want to start, that clothing brand, that YouTube channel. All it takes is self belief. What you do with your time, more importantly. You can't expect all things to come your way just because you have the right mindset and all because you're motivated one day and the next you're not. What you do with your time really says a lot about you and all the goals that you have and all you set forth to accomplish. Let me give you an example. I share a 2 bedroom apartment with my roommate, which hasn't been here for a minute. That's besides the point. He has all these goals and aspirations when he comes back home to start this business, to have this house. Not to throw him under the bus, but what he does with his time doesn't reflect on what he wants. He doesn't put himself first. He plays video games, he shows up to work, occasionally goes to the gym, eats whatever he wants to eat, and the rest of the day he feels very sluggish because of it. What that's telling me is not that he doesn't want those things, because of course he does. He talks about it all the time. What that's telling me is that he doesn't have enough self belief within himself to believe those things to come into fruition, to be true. I'll give you another example. A goal of mine that I do want to accomplish and that I will accomplish in life is to become a police officer. Now, I don't just say that and tell other people just so I can feel good about myself and make it seem like I do believe it. In my free time, I watch videos on YouTube on things I need to learn about. I study upon the laws I need to learn about. I am constantly in the gym and in great shape because I know that that job's going to require me to be in the best shape possible. But that's what I do in my time because I genuinely want that. Another goal. I'm in the process of buying my first house. I might not have the financial needs right now to do so, but constantly looking at houses, constantly thinking as if I do have the finances on that house, and overall believing that I can buy that house has shifted various things in my life in which that becomes reality. And that took sacrifice. That took sacrifice of my time and my dedication and my self belief. I see too many people who I work with and overall live with in these apartments not do much with their time. And they're constantly caught up on playing video games and looking for the next thing to do, the next overall high. And I don't know how they can live with themselves. Now, what I mean by that is some of these people are 21, 22, 23. I think the oldest one I know is 28 that don't do anything with their lives. They don't live up to their full potential. They're too comfortable in the situation they're in. They'd rather do something that they know they're good at, like play video games or watch a show. I can't recall the last time I've watched a show. I don't have the time for that. There are times I can't sleep because I know that my family isn't financially free. Who am I to sleep at night and live like everything is okay when I have the potential to accomplish anything there is to accomplish and bring myself to financial freedom and support them? And we have people who just waste their lives and waste their time on things that are meaningless. Leveling up your character? Are you serious? You should instead try to level up yourself and become the best version of you possible. I don't see why people don't want to help themselves out in the future, that they want to currently live up to the modern day standard on how to live comfortable. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I constantly do activities of self improvement. I like to enjoy myself too. I'm a big UFC fan. I watch every fight card they have. I like to watch a movie here and there, but I also know my work ethic. I know that if I'm going to do one of those things, that's not going to stop me from accomplishing my goals. I am so hungry for the desires that I have that there is absolutely nothing that can come my way in which I wouldn't be able to accomplish that. That's the mindset I ended up having along the process of this self improvement journey. And that's the mindset I want to help you have. If everyone had this mindset, we would have hardworking people with great ambitions, with great morals running society. And that will make the world a complete better place. It is never too late to get your life on track. It is never too late to reflect back on your actions and correct them. You can't move back, but you could always come back. Reflect within, search within, and you'll find the right things to do. You know where to start. Because I promise you this, the last thing you want to do and become is a person in your 30s that has not accomplished anything in life, that was working a 9 to 5 job and is unable to provide to their family, to your loved ones, and more importantly, a family. The power of self belief is the most important thing to have. The moment you lose that is the moment where society just controls you and has its way with you in any way possible. You must defy all logic and completely have full control within yourself, your actions, and discipline. My name is Exploits, and if this video helped you out in any way, and you want to better your life, and you want to join me in the self-improvement journey, be sure to check out my previous videos in which I talk about similar topics to this and help me help you in this journey. And I'll leave you with this. Search forth all there is to find within yourself, and you'll find the blueprint to life. It's been a pleasure.